Yeah, it was sick. There's so much, like I got so many like BTS videos and pictures and that I just been waiting to put out that the world will get to
I
see.
know we
Yeah,
kept
bro, we captured so much,
we
bro.
kept the secret for so long.
Yeah, I literally created a whole album, a whole folder of Titans, just all the behind the scenes stuff. I'll send you it when we done. But yeah, man, it's gonna be wicked.
I never thought I would be talking to you both at the same time, so this kind of bonkers. But first of all, this episode, I don't know how many times I rewatched it, and then the next episode because of you two. So Ryan, let's start with you. Tell me how this opportunity come about writing an episode for Titans, because you're the first cast member that gets to do that. You're the one with the power that says I got to both star in it and also got to write some of it.
I wanted to take a little bit of control over Gar's story and his destiny, because I think, we've seen the feedback over the seasons, and he's been a little underutilized, and I wanted to make sure that he had relevance this season, considering in the comics, Brother Blood is so closely related to the red and to the green, and how the two of those kind of play into the larger picture. So I wanted to make sure, yeah, that Garfield got his shine, but you can't really have Garfield shine without his people. So the big surprise that I think a lot of people are gonna lose their minds about, and Twitter will lose their minds about, is Joivan joining us for some fun. Because I mean, for me, there's no Titans without Cyborg. So
Agreed.
uh,
And finally we made it happen.
yeah.
How
Yeah.
did because you were filming Doom Patrol season 4 when all this was happening, right?
Yeah, we were filming season 4. We filming our seasons pretty much like aligned, but we had just finished season 4 when we stepped over to do the crossover. So it was like, yeah, maybe a couple of weeks after we finished season 4. So we were still in the realm of the DC verse. So yeah, it's wicked. Yeah, can't wait.
Now, because I'm a huge comic book fan myself, and I know there will be fans who will be asking, which version is this? This is the Titans version of the Doom Patrol and Cyborg, correct?
Yeah, this is the Titans version. But in terms of that, like we haven't actually seen Cyborg as a part of the Titans yet. So in terms of what the Titans version of Cyborg is, like that's still left up to interpretation, and we'll get to really dig into that juice when it comes to it when the episode airs. But yeah, it's definitely coming into a world of where we finally get to meet these two. A bit of a crossover in the crossover in terms of how we actually do that, which is really exciting. And for me, this has been a dream, man. It's been me and Ryan been talking about this since we started, and since we both were on Titans and Doom and wanting to make this happen. So it's been beautiful to actually have it done before we cross the line.
Yeah, no, and because you guys had such a great dynamic, and I mean, there was more banter than I realized. Because I'm like, I know these two know each other in real life, so they must be having so much fun right now doing this. Can you talk about getting to get on set? You guys are both in your costumes. You're playing tennis of all things. I was like, never saw this coming. Talk about that experience, because I loved it. I was eating it all up.
I mean, it's been kind of jokes from day one, hasn't it?
Yeah,
We've been trying to make this happen for so long that we built a whole friendship outside of work prior. So showing up, we already had all of our inside jokes, and just like work was, I don't know, work was smooth. We
yeah.
had fun on set and off set the entire week and a half.
I think it's like one thing is sick, just being in the world and playing with these characters and being able to do what we do, and then just getting to do it with your mates is like, it's even better, in it. So yeah, it was really like just seamless, man. And I think that's one thing, like we were so passionate about, like once we finally get to have these two characters on screen, that it be synonymous and it be as real and as close to that dynamic in the Titans that we've seen, growing up, that we wanted to do our best efforts at allowing that to transcend in the live action. And so, yeah, that definitely comes across, and just our chemistry, just as friends in the real world, is definitely going to come across on screen. So yeah, sick.
If there had been a season 5, was the plan to have you maybe show up more on Titans and finally get to engage with these other characters, or what? Because I feel like there was something more to this, that I feel like this. I think this is leading to something more, because their story is clear, not finished with each other.
Who knows? I mean, my hope is that Joivan would have come over. I would have really appreciated that. I think that would have helped kind of the dynamic of the team. We would have had a bit more comedy, just with like the different dynamics. But obviously, Joivan is an incredible drama actor too. So just bringing on another person who can, make people cry at home, or make people feel the tension in the drama, it's a win.
Yeah, I think that would have been an amazing scenario to be able to have, all of these characters together within the Titans. And I think first and foremost, just as a fan, growing up, being such a huge part of the DC world and of Titans, and growing up with the Titans, and for me, like, take away being, Cyborg, wanting just to see these characters together is something that just as the fanboy in me wants to see. So yeah, I would have thrived at the opportunity to be able to, if we did continue, having Cyborg and having Vic and Gar be able to team up a lot more. So yeah, I'm really grateful that we even get an opportunity to do so, and wet the whistles and the taste buds of the fans, and leave them wanting more, really, because that's all you're really going to get once you see the display. So yeah, sick.
We gave them just enough because we didn't want to hop in and have them have a undeveloped friendship from the jump, because that would make no sense. So we had to, I think we had to earn it, and those final moments when people watch the crossover, they will feel that bond really cement. And it's it's the first time we get to do the Beast Boy Cyborg friendship in live action on screen. So I hope the fans like it. I had a blast working on it. I know Joivan and I we were eating that up.
Yeah, it was sick. There's so much, like, I've got so many like BTS videos and pictures and that I just been waiting to put out that the world will get to
I know you do. We kept
we captured so much.
We kept the secret for so long.
Yeah, I literally created a whole album, a whole folder of Titans, just all the behind the scenes stuff. I'll send you it when we're done. But yeah, man, it's gonna be wicked.
But I guess this is more, maybe I think this question is more for you, Ryan, because Twitter is gonna blow up tomorrow about what they're about to see. Like, how much red tape did you and Jeff Johns have to go through to let's get the Flash, let's get Shazam, let's get some Smallville, let's get some Superman the movie, let's get Grant Morrison. Like, how? Like, this was like Thanksgiving for DC fans.
Yeah, you had two nerds writing for a show for nerds. Like,
I couldn't notice.
Yeah, the goal is to provide all the fan service, but without it, with it having stakes and it opening the door and raising questions in a way where DC fans can start to potentially draw parallel lines and play with the idea that, not everything is an independent entity or story. And that really speaks to, I think, the overall message of the episode, which is everything is better with connectivity and being interconnected, whether it's with yourself or your community, your family, your friends, or your neighboring countries, and the narratives that are playing out over there opposed to here. Because that starts to, I think, play into the real motive of what it means to be a hero, which is to save the day. And after the last several years, we just saw a very divided country and divided world, and not that this is the genre to get people as a call to arms to come together, but any medium that can exemplify connectivity is, I think, what's needed right now. So yeah, the opening of like kind of the DC multiverse is a really exciting opportunity, and because it's really the only opportunity we'll get in this past iteration of DCU and DC TV, it opens the door and closes the door all in one go. But being able to have Grant Morrison also a part of it was, Jeff didn't want to explore that idea without really paying homage to Grant Morrison and his initial run of the Animal Man comics that we pulled so much influence from, that I mean, yeah, if you're a DC fan, if you are a deep cut comic book guy or gal, this is the episode.
Yeah, because I always figured we would see Grant on Doom Patrol than anything, because I mean, there's even a character, the writer that in the DC world. So I'm like, Juwan, can you tease? Did they pop over to Doom Patrol season 4 by any chance?
Mate, I don't want to spoil anything. You know what I mean? Like we got let it all cook, let the cookie crumble, and let this party get started. I think Grant Morrison, he's the GOAT. Like
he is the GOAT.
Yeah, even like when we started with Doom, it was Grant who we looked at in terms of the materials, and we knew that a lot of what we was going to be doing was going to be based around Grant's iterations. So just seeing him be part of this world, part of Titans, and just the knack that Jeff and Ryan had in that inclusion is going to be something that we get really, really quietly excited about, and a lot of the fans will just really appreciate. I think these are like little things that as a nerd, as a comic book head, like you kind of tick off these certain boxes, and it's going to be something that, okay, cool, I can go to sleep now. I can rest knowing that this happened. So yeah, man, like I love Grant. I love everything he's done, and that is a real huge reason as to why the show is the way that we have it with Doom, and now how exciting it's going to be for the inclusion in Titans.
Well, I know I'm running short on time, so I gotta ask, if you guys got the chance to revisit the DC universe, and somehow, let's say James Gunn tomorrow, maybe James Gunn see this episode tomorrow, and then next week's episode is like, you know what? We can't be done with these yet. If you guys got the chance to come back, what kind of stories would you want to see for Beast Boy and Cyborg together? Whether it be in a Titans revival or like Teen Titans movie, who knows? But like, what would you guys like? Would you guys be game to return to the DC world if James Gunn came calling?
Yeah, for me, 100%. I think like it's like bittersweet, in it, really, just kind of like getting to dip your toe in the water and finally getting these characters together, but it being in a conclusion. So it's something that I'm sure I speak for Ryan, and that we always wanted to continue doing this, and just having that set up. We have to let the fans do the work, and if they love it, then who knows? Maybe there will be opportunity for us to come back and circle back. But I'd definitely love to continue that journey, and there's a whole world and plethora of stories and waffles that I would love to explore with Ryan, and yeah, move forward with.
I'll sign up for the waffle verse, essentially. But really quickly, Andy, before we hop off, I wanted to give a shout out to Jeff, because the question you'd asked prior, how we were able to get all of the additional Shazam and Flash and Grant Morrison. I had pitched to him this really kind of closed ended and loop story, and Jeff said, if we're doing this, let's do it, and like let's pull out all the stops, and let's have a story of interconnectedness on a scale that we haven't done before, because all the same elements were in play, but we were still looking for a way to really end the episode in a way that made sense for Vic's arrival and Doom's arrival. So that door of exploring the multiverse is thanks to Jeff. So hats off.
And I guess for you, Ryan, like, would you be back to continue? I mean, again, would you want to write maybe more stories for DC after this?
I'd love to craft story. I'm definitely here for that. But like I said, I'll return for the waffle verse of Beast Boy and Cyborg.
And what are you guys working on right now separately, outside of promoting Titans and Doom Patrol? What's coming up? Where can people see you next?
Currently, I'm airing on the second season of Bel Air. And really focused on writing at the moment. Actually, got a couple of films that I'm developing with a couple of studios, and yeah, just really focused on getting my head game in that. And you can catch me on all the social medias as usual, and I'm sure I'll be popping up, especially over the next few weeks as all this stuff starts to air. So yeah, you won't be sure to see me, mate.
I'm kind of switching career paths, studying a few various trades at the moment. I do have a script for a film that is being worked on, but like acting world, I have an AFI short film that I worked on with a longtime friend, Giselle Bonilla, and that'll come out sometime next year. And then there's just a DC For the Love of It project that's in the works, and hopefully will come out by the end of the year. But that's that's like just super top secret. That's
Okay.
hot.
Okay. Well,
That's all I can say, Andy.
I will stay patient. I will stay
I
patient.
know
But
you want more, but I can't give you more.
okay. Well, I mean, we're almost halfway through the year anyway, so hopefully whatever this is, they will announce it soon. But gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. Congrats on what's going to be. I mean, again, I said this to the public beforehand. I think Titans will be trending worldwide for the next 2 weeks because this is like going to be so sweet. And I'm probably going to rewatch this episode like later tonight or something because you guys are so amazing in it. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everything you've done with these characters that people fall in love with, so all over the world. And hopefully we'll chat in the near future.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, bro.
Yeah, Andy.